chapter number 1, thermal power station. So different types of power stations are used to generate electrical powers to supply the loads. Now the different types of power station like thermal power plant, hydro power plant, nuclear power plant, diesel power plant, solar power plant, wind power plant. So these are the different types of power stations are used to generate the electrical power. So out of them, the thermal power plant is mostly used and it is a very most popular power station. Now in thermal power station, the coal, oil or gas is used as a fuel. So in this chapter we will study about the energy conversion in thermal power plant. Also we will study about the selection side of the thermal power plant, different types of system which are used in the plant, and what are the main equipments and auxiliary equipments are used in the power plant. In this chapter we are also study about the load curves, load duration curves and the load factor. First let we see the energy conversion in thermal power station. So here you can see the energy conversion in the thermal power station. So in this thermal power station, the coal, lignite, furnace oil or gas is used as an input, and this input, that means the oil or gas, is burned in the boiler. Now by using this heat, the water is converted into steam. That means whatever our input chemical energy is converted into heat energy by this boiler. Now this heat, whatever the steam produced by this boiler, in this boiler, it is applied to the steam turbine. So now due to this steam, turbine is rotate. So this heat energy is converted into mechanical energy by the steam turbine. Now the one alternator, that means AC generator, is coupled with this steam turbine which generates electrical energy. So the mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy by this alternator. Now next, the selection of thermal power plant. So the modern power plants are the larger capacity. So therefore this cannot be installed at any place. So you have to consider some points or some points to the selection of thermal power plant. So first, it should be located nearer the load center. So when the power station is located nearer to load center, it reduces the cost of transmission as well as distribution line. Now let me take one example, how to find out the place of the load center. To find out the load center, first we can survey about the requirement of mega power in the different area, and also consideration of power requirement in the future, in near future. It is also most important. Now for that, one graph is plotted on the x and y axis and find out the distance from the load, the distance of load from this axis. So as shown in this figure, so there are 4 places A, B, C and D require power 50 megawatts, then second 25 megawatts, then 10 megawatts and then 50 megawatts respectively, which is 40 kilometer and 80 kilometer and 90 kilometer and 60 kilometer away from the x-axis respectively. And similarly 100 kilometer, then 70 kilometer, then 50 kilometer and 30 kilometer away from the y-axis respectively. Now the total capacity of this power plant P becomes 15 plus 25 plus 10 plus 50. So our total capacity of power station is required 100 megawatt. Now the coordinates of power P is x dash and y dash. So to find out the x dash and y dash, now take the moments nearer to x axis as well as nearer to y axis. Now to find out the x dash and y dash, compare the total power P to the moment. Now first take moment around the y axis. So we can write Px dash is equal to A into x1 plus B into x2 plus C into x3 plus D into x4. Now just put the value of this P is equal to 100. So that means our equation becomes 100 x dash is equal to A is equal to 15, x1 is equal to 100 plus 25 into 70 plus 10 into 50 plus 50 into 30. So our x dash is equal to 5250 divided by 200. That means 52.5 kilometer. Now similarly we can find out the we can take the moment around the x-axis. So Px dash is equal to Ay1 plus By2 plus Cy3 plus Dy4. Just put the value of P is equal to 100, A is equal to 10, Y1 is equal to 40 plus B is equal to 25, Y2 is equal to 80, C is equal to 10, Y3 is equal to 90, D is equal to 50, Y4 is equal to 60. So Y dash is equal to 6500 divided by 100. That means 65 kilometer. Now thus the power station is located 60 kilometer away from the from x-axis and 52.5 kilometer from the y-axis, which reduce the cost of transmission line. Now second, it should be located nearer to river or the lake. Now the whatever steam comes out from the turbine, it is firstly taken into condenser. So now in this condenser, the heat steam is again converted into water by using cooling water. Now for that, huge amount of cooling water is required in the condenser to convert steam into water. Now approximately 500 tons of cooling water is required per ton of coal burned in the boiler. Now due to this reason, the power station located nearer to river like Sabarmati in Ahmedabad, power station located in the nearer to Sabarmati river. Similarly, in Uttran power station, it is installed or it is located on the river of Tapi. Now similarly, in Duvara power station is located nearer to Mahi river. Now for 200 megawatt power station, to generate 2 megawatts power in the power station, the average requirement of coal is around 1300 tons per day. That means 5000 into 1300 ton of cooling water is required per day. So due to this reason, your power station should be located nearer to river or the lake. Now third, the good transportation facility is required, because at the construction of the power station, a good transportation facility is required for the transportation of the equipment which is required in the thermal power station. Now for 250 megawatt capacity power station require one good train of coal per day. That means due to this reason, the good rail transportation is necessary. Fourth, the large space is required. The large space is required for the storage of coals, and as well as the whatever the ash comes out from this boiler, it is required to damp it. That means the space is required to store the coals as well as damping the ash which is come out from the boiler. Now another most important thing, the land should be non-agricultural and the land should be wasteland. Fifth, the sufficient space should be available for the future expansion, because in future if our load is increased, so we are also required to increase the generation capacity of the power station. So we have sufficient space is required at the located power station is in the power station for the future expansion. Now 6, it should be away from the density of the population area like big town. So we cannot install the power station in populated area, because in power station larger amount of smoke and ash are emitted, which will affect the human being. Now 7, the cost of land should be low. It is also most important factor. Next, it should be away from the aerodrome. Otherwise, the chimney and cooling towers are used in the thermal power station, which may create the obstruction to the aeroplanes. Now 9, the selected land should not be soft. It is also most important, because the sufficient rock is available at the reasonable depth of the hard foundation. If the land is rocky, it will require blasting. On other hand, if the land is too soft, the land which is available nearer to sea, it is in soft nature. So in this type of case, in this type of land, it will require piling. So in both cases, if the land is rocky or if the land is rocky or the land is soft, both are costly, because for rocky it requires blasting, for soft it requires piling.